Some people are tired right after waking up. Why is this, and can you fix it?
Why you are so tired?
I am tired.
Probably because we woke up at 2:30 a.m. this morning. But why are we always tired?
Ooh, alarm sound.
I'm tired. I'm tired when I get up, when I'm working, when I'm eating. The only time I'm not tired is when I should be asleep. I don't know what's going on, but it needs to stop.
Are you always tired?
There are some days that I feel very related to this person that is also tired.
To me, this sounds very extreme, but there are probably people that literally have this. Especially the not being tired when you have to go to sleep. That's relatable.
So, I'm finally ditching my phone, finding a better way to wake up, and talking with a sleep scientist to figure it out. I think you know what's causing my problem.
Do we know? Maybe just like being on your phone too late.
A lot of people are also tired because they're eating crappy foods. So there's not really a lot of energy that they get from the foods. They are still hungry throughout the day the entire time, but they're still also tired because there's just no energy coming from the foods.
I just go to bed at 11 p.m. and then use my phone until 2 a.m. when I literally can't hold my eyes open anymore. And then I wake up at 7 a.m. to a blaring alarm and then I start using my phone again. What's wrong with that? It turns out a lot.
This used to be me. Back in the day, I used to be on my phone until like 2, 3 a.m. when I was still in high school, just following people on Twitter and messaging with them to get them to know my channel. 5 hours of sleep is not good. I will be tired with 5 hours of sleep as well, no matter if there's a phone or not involved.
If you use Google Scholar and try to find the relationship between phones and sleep, it's exactly what you expect. Not good.
You got phone, you got sleep, not good.
But how bad is bad sleep?
Yes, just bad sleep in general is the worst thing you can do to your body and your life.
Diabetes, heart failure, death. This book links all of that to bad sleep.
If you sleep a lot less, you are awake a lot more. Meaning that you literally speed up your life by living more.
Sleep is inextractable from quality of life. Kinda seems obvious, but seeing it in black and white made me realize that I should take this seriously. So I'm gonna do the thing that everybody says I should do. I'm taking my phone and I'm putting it in a different room when I go to sleep.
Ah, the classic trick. And how is that going for you? Did it work?
Probably not.
No.
If you don't know how good your sleep is, you can probably improve it. Funny thing about sleeping, beds, or any products that make life better, they're kind of expensive. People are like, oh, bed is very pricey, scary, I will just go for the cheap version. But this is literally the thing that you're spending half your life on.
It's my alarm clock. So if I'm leaving it in a different room, I need to find an alternative. So I got all of them.
This is not sponsored, but we have this one, and you will see that this one is kind of special and different than other alarm clocks. This one kind of eases you into waking up, but it only takes like a minute and then you feel like awake. It's not like this one moment.
This is the Lexon Flip Plus LCD alarm clock. It tells the time, it has an alarm. If you want to turn it off, you flip it over. Of course, we have the Philips Sunrise Simulator. This will slowly get brighter to simulate the sunrise. Next, we have this. It's an alarm clock with a bed shaker, so it uses vibration to wake you up. I believe these are especially useful for people who are hard of hearing. The Sound Spa Slumber Sense, so I can use stink to wake me up.
Stink?
Reminds me of a rice cooker.
Alarm clock?
Then you have to shoot
have
that
to
to
do
the alarm.
something.
Yes.
Fun?
I would not like that.
The final alarm clock, it runs away from you.
That sounds so bad.
Imagine you just have a really big house and it's just really fast. So you just have to go, hey! He's running a marathon every single morning trying to catch it.
Whoa, that's great cardio.
Day one, let's do it. We can put this. Bye-bye. Okay, let's get to sleep.
She's waking up.
I don't know why I thought waking up to the sound of a crackling fire was a good idea. I didn't even smell anything. Also, I couldn't figure out how to turn it off. This sucked.
No stink. It didn't work.
Why?
The sound. It's like. Sound effects as well. Oh, that's cool. Whoa, that's heavy vibrating.
This is... By the way, I have still been drinking coffee throughout this whole thing. I didn't want to change too many variables at once.
I missed that in a lot of videos where they try out something and then they change a lot of other things and then it doesn't make sense anymore.
You don't really know what caused what, so she's doing a great job.
I was absolutely convinced that getting rid of my phone would have like changed things. And that at least one of the alarm clocks would help me feel better. But I've used all of them and it's not great. I thought that putting my phone in the other room would solve my problem of going to sleep late, but
it hasn't.
That's interesting.
That's interesting, yeah.
What does she do then? If you go to bed and you lay there for 2 hours straight, and if you then can't fall asleep every single night, then I think that's called kind of like insomnia.
I guess I'd been using my phone to silence the part of my brain that has generalized anxiety disorder. So yeah, now instead of doom scrolling before turning on a podcast and falling asleep, I just feel a sense of doom for a few hours.
It sounds really weird, but when I need to calm my brain down to sleep, I make up a story in my head and play out the story in my head, and I just somehow drift off. If you make up a story that has no stress related to it, there's no deadlines, there's nothing, you're kind of writing your own dream.
Exactly, you're blocking out all other thoughts, just focus on one thing, and then your mind drifts off.
Now, I have noticed two benefits, right? First, when I wake up in the middle of the night due to any given sound, I can't use my phone. It's annoying, but it probably means that I'm getting more sleep as a whole. Two, I have more hours in my day. Because I'm not using my phone in the morning, I get through my morning routine way faster.
I actually noticed that if I wake up during the night and start using my phone, it's impossible for me to go back to sleep.
I am still tired, so plan A has failed. Instead of just focusing on the relationship between phones and sleep, I tried to get a better sense of the bigger picture. The quality of your sleep depends on a lot of biological, environmental, and social factors.
I think that a lot of people have an unrealistic expectation of what their sleep should look like, and they think that they're getting bad sleep or that they're a bad sleeper, and you should never label yourself that way, just when you're getting kind of normal sleep.
It was only after she said that when I realized that I have no idea what I'm trying to get out of this.
I assumed 7 hours every single night at minimum. That's what most research says, like don't sleep less than 7 hours. But yeah, we don't know a lot actually.
The result of good sleep is basically just, are you awake enough to do the things you need to do without being in real risk of falling asleep at any given moment? I do that already.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I mean, if you can function properly, then your sleep is all right.
There's more coming, right?
Yes, I hope so.
So throughout the course of the day, you build up something that's called sleep pressure. Your sleep pressure increases and increases and increases until you get to this point at night when you have so much sleep pressure that you can't stay awake anymore.
This process should work in harmony with your circadian rhythm, which uses your body's internal clock to dictate things like appetite and alertness. But these processes can fall out of sync with shift work, jet lag, sleep procrastination, or even blue light.
This is good info.
This is really cool. It looks like they're gonna not talk about one important thing, and that exercise. Especially this graph. How do you get this up as high as possible?
Doing stuff.
By exercising, making your body tired. It's weird to say, but exercise is the answer to a lot of things.
What I'm concerned about is what people are doing on their phone. So you could be using your phone to de-stress, to watch a comforting YouTube video, to kind of relax and like get in the mood for sleep. If that works for you, then go for it. You need to make your sleep work for you rather than to try to conform to society's expectations of when you should sleep and when you should get up.
That's some pretty good advice, but trying out what works for society is probably a good place to start.
Because the reason those things are popular is because it works for a lot of people.
The reason I feel tired all day might not have anything to do with sleep.
Quite often, you can feel tired because you're just not moving your body enough. You're not spending enough time in the natural sunlight.
That's also being outside. Yeah. You get sunlight and your body actually makes hormones that makes you more awake, and it's like, oh, life is a joy.
Eating things that are giving you like the right nutrients.
Diet, exercise, being outside, good stuff. All of those things you can do with our app.
We actually have a free workout app that you can download here. Make sure to scan this QR code and you can download a free workout app.
I kept my phone to listen to podcasts, but I set it to airplane mode to avoid social media. I set my alarm on my phone because it turns out every alarm clock sucks. At least my phone keeps track of the time zone. And when my alarm went off, I got up to keep my bed associated with sleep. And then, this was the biggest change. I went for a morning walk. 1 week later, I could say that these changes were way more effective than any of those wacky alarm clocks. Now, when I do feel like the sense of tiredness that a quick stretch and some water can't quite fix, I take a nap.
That story took a twist at the end. A good twist, because it's literally what we all talked about.
Yes.
All the points that we talked about, exercise, diet, not just sleep. Make sure to check out the original video, by the way, Answer in Progress.
People who are watching this in their bed. If you are watching this in your bed and it's like 1 a.m., Please go to bed, please.
Not getting enough sleep is pretty bad.
But not getting enough nutrients is also pretty bad.
In the last video, we saw a boy that could only eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. If you want to know more about that, make sure to check out this video and subscribe to this link and hit that bell. We'll see you in the next episode.